And we're gonna switch over to photo mode. Inside of the menu, go to the camera settings and select shallow focus. Close out of that. After that, all you have to do is hit the shutter button, and when you take the picture, the drone will go up and down. And then you're all done. So you just wait until it saves that there. And then we'll switch over and let's take a regular photo. That way we can see what the two look like. And it will show you when the shallow focus photo is successful. And then we're gonna go switch back into the camera settings and go to single shot and go ahead and take another shot. And we're all set, so it just took those photos and we can compare them now. So in this first photo is just with the regular photo mode, and then the second photo here is with the shallow focus mode engaged. So after you've taken your photos inside of the shallow focus mode, you can open up your images here and you'll be able to see them. Of course, you can see I've taken some photos and videos today, so we'll go to just photos. And so this gives you an option that lets you see all of the photos, and from there, see here, there should be a shallow focus image. So once it's in there, it says creating a shallow focus photo, and it pulls everything up and blurs out the background. You can see on there the size of everything. You can also adjust in here just what the image looks like as well. Depending on where you click depends on what it's going to focus on, and then once you click on it, you can change this. Now, if you're not familiar with cameras and aperture, basically, this is, of course, is a fake aperture, but the wider the aperture opening, the smaller the depth of field. So that's why it's more blurred as it opens up. So if I click on myself here and it's maxed out, you can see exactly what the image is going to look like. But you can kind of click wherever on the screen and do different settings. And you can also adjust what that focus actually looks like as well. So let me go through a couple examples here, and that way you can see what they look like. Now, I'm not sure exactly what it's going to look like once we pull this up on the computer. So you can see as you zoom in and look at that, kind of the outlines of where it tries to blur out. So it's not perfect, but it definitely does it automatically, so that's kind of nice. Here's another image. So this is just taking a regular image with the Spark, and this next one here is going to be with the shallow focus mode. More things in focus, and then of course more you zoom in. The little checkbox here and hit download. And again, I'm not sure exactly how this looks when you plug in your SD card to the computer, so obviously I'll take a look at that and see how it saves those, or if it does, or if you have to do this process where you open up the app and then save it to something and then send it out, which seems unnecessary in a lot of steps, but it's possible. And here, of course, is another photo. So that is just straight off of the Spark taking a normal photo and switching over to the shallow focus, and you can see that right there. And we'll go and max that out. So it definitely is interesting and gives a very unique, creative look. Very cool. So I'm looking forward to trying this out with buildings and everything, just because it gives a very unique appearance to the photo, and hopefully we'll see this carried over to other drones and other cameras that DJI offers, of course. After plugging in the memory card from the Spark into the computer, I found a couple things that are interesting. First off is the Spark does save all of these images in a shallow focus folder, as you can see here, and it saves 15 or 16 images, but 15 of the images are smaller, and then there's one slightly larger one. What's weird is the smaller images are 720 by 540. So you can see here in my little video that I put together here for you, you can see how as the Spark is going up and down, it's taking photos along the way. So all of these individual photos have been saved inside of the folder called shallow focus. After you find an image inside of the editor for DJI Go and you select an image and you adjust the blur or the shallow focus effect that you want. Once you save that, then it does save it at a slightly larger image size, but it still is pretty small. It still ends up saving it at the 1440 by 1080 size. Now, if you recall, that's also the same size as a selfie image if you are using the Spark and you don't have it connected to a phone or the remote control. So it's still a pretty small image. But interestingly, when I take a regular size image or a regular photo, so not using the shallow focus feature, you end up with the full size image of 3968 by 2976. So definitely needs some work, and it would really be nice to get some more resolution out of these images. However, I've put some together here that you can take a look at and see how they look, where I've got the regular image photo and everything taken from the app, and then I have the shallow focus version added in with it. And then I also have in here a shallow focus photo where I split it up. So I've got the first image, which you'll see is the regular photo, and then the very next image is shallow focus, but I put it at the least amount of the shallow focus effect. And then this next picture here is the photo with shallow focus set in the middle, and the last image is when you have the slider all the way to the max, so the most effect on a shallow focus image. Of course, if you like what you're seeing, hit subscribe and hit the like button, and then comment below and let me know if there's any other tests or things that you want me to try out here on the Spark.